What's going on, guys? It's the NBA Freak here, and today I'm finally going to be doing my Q&A for my 100,000 subscriber special. Now, obviously, I meant to do this a couple months back once I hit the 100,000, but with all this pandemic stuff going on and online schooling and all that, it's been a little bit crazy. So now that it's finally starting to settle down in that aspect, finally able to make some time for the Q&A, which is what I'm going to do now. But first, obviously, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. I know everybody says this, but when I started making videos a few years back, I never imagined that I would make it to this point. And it's just crazy now that I have 100,000 on this channel. Truly, I want to thank all of you guys for helping me get to this point. Now, without further ado, the first question is from Julissa Johnson. It is, who is your least favorite NBA player? And to that, I have to say James Harden, for no other reason besides the fact that I'm a Warriors fan and I like Curry, and I just don't really like watching him play, like just the free throws and the flopping. I don't know. I see how people find him entertaining. That's just not my thing. Now, the second question's from OBG Gamer. It is, do you watch college basketball? To that, I say yes. I don't watch it as much as I do other sports, but whenever it's on, I tend to watch it, especially in March Madness. Yes, I do get die-hard into college basketball, but during the season, I'm just kind of a more casual fan. And this one kind of goes hand in hand with that last question. Is from Jason32123. It's, do you watch any other sports besides basketball? And yes, I do. I especially like watching the NFL. I'm a Bears fan there. I like watching baseball. I'm an A's fan. Or I just recently got into soccer. I still don't have a team there yet, but I do like watching other sports besides basketball. And I've been trying to integrate more sports onto the channel, but I just haven't been able to do that yet. So maybe that's something for the future. And now the flip side to the earlier question from Lamar Action Jackson. It is, who is your favorite player? I can never really pick between Stephen Curry and Derrick Rose. I've loved both of those players since 2011 when I started getting into basketball. Those two players have just always been the main ones that I like, so I guess those two. This question is from Flame Game Central 2. Are you excited for the NBA to come back? Yes, I am, even though my teams are out. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch just how they do this playoffs, because the format's obviously different. They're going to Orlando. Yeah, I really actually do want to see how that works out. And this next question is from Danny, and it is, who is the GOAT? A pretty controversial question, basketball-wise. But I'm going to have to say Michael Jordan, in my opinion. Now, I'm not really knocking on LeBron, even though I'm not the biggest fan of him. He still is number 2 all time, in my opinion. But from what I've seen, I do think that it is Michael Jordan, who is just a better all-around basketball player and an all-around greater all-time player. And this next question is from CJ and Jackson. It is, who is your favorite player of all time? It's pretty much the same as my last answer. It's Steph and Rose are probably up there for me. But all time wise, I do also like Jordan and I like Dwayne Wade. And to round up my top 5, I'd probably put Dirk, because he was another big player that got me into basketball. So I think he's up there too. This question from JC Bryant, I feel like is going to get me some hate, but is, who is the most overrated player in the NBA right now? And to that, I would have to say James Harden. Again, I'm being unbiased too. I don't like him, but I do think people put him over Curry and put him in their like top 3 or whatever, or he's like the greatest scorer of all time. So I do think at this point he's become very overrated as a player by his fans specifically. Now, I did attempt to do a Q&A a year ago for my 50,000 sub special, so I figured that I would also answer some of those questions, even though they might be dated, but I'll just fit them to now. The first one is from Lori Johnson. It is, Rookie of the Year, who is it? For this year, I think the Rookie of the Year is Ja Morant. Zion, 100%, I would give it to him. I just don't think he played enough games. Plus, Ja led his team into the playoffs, into the 8 seed right now. So I'm giving him the edge for now. Hoop X asked who should win the MVP this season. To that, I 100% think it's Giannis at this point. I just think what he's been able to do for the Bucks this season has been great. Not to undermine LeBron, but I do think that him having Anthony Davis was a very big luxury that Giannis doesn't have. So I would give it to Giannis right now. AJ the Right Gamer asks, why did you choose that name for your channel? This is one that I get sometimes. There's really no good story behind the name or anything. I just thought it sounded cool at the time. I was pretty young, and at this point I've had it for way too long, and it's just too late to change it, and I just don't see why. Yeah, it's not really a good story, but that's how I gave myself the name. I just thought it sounded cool. And the last question of the video is one that I do get asked a lot, so I figured that I'd put it here just in case anybody wanted to know. It's from William Polanco. It's, how do I make these videos? For editing, the one that I recommend and what I've used throughout the time that I've made videos is Power Director. Usually I don't like paying for apps, but I would definitely, if you're serious about making videos and you just want to simply use your phone, then I would pay the $4.99 a month or whatever it is for Power Director, because it's just probably the smoothest and easiest editing software that I've personally used. I've just used it to make all of my videos basically. I've used iMovie as of late, but Power Director is definitely the one that I would mostly recommend. And I'm going to end the video here. Yet again, I do sincerely want to thank each and every one of you for helping me get to this point. Like, I just am truly so appreciative of all the support that I've been getting. And I do want to make more personal videos like this in the future. Actually, this one was supposed to be a face reveal, but sadly I don't have my camera or a mic yet. So I'm going to have to just save that for another time. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much to the 2 or 3 people that made it to the end of this video. That's all, and peace.